Hello again, everyone. This is part two of the Boozy's Arena strategy for Hustle Castle. I'm making this video because the first one that I made, the quality of the audio was pretty terrible. I've since changed my microphone setup, so I think this one's a lot better. We're going to try this again. I'm not going to go into all the details that I did in the first video as far as like using tickets versus food or anything like that, but suffice to say, if you have tickets, go ahead and use tickets. There's no reason to save them up. Because you're just delaying the inevitable. If you're trying to save them up until you get more powerful, you're just delaying getting more powerful. The goal here is once you get to the 4-40 bracket, 4 fighters with an average maximum level of level 40, your master's chests inside the stores start containing legendary items. So you'll notice a big difference between the first video I posted and this one in my power level, and that's because I actually just bought one of these that had 3 legendary items in it. I have since equipped 2 of those. I could not equip the third one because I already had it. And my power level has increased by about 20,000. So pretty nicely there. And I just did that just earlier. So from there, if you don't have tickets, use food, obviously. But if you have a ticket, just use it because the prize payouts are much greater, and you're just going to get there faster. So obviously, the only thing to note here is, you do get a participation prize just for participating. So, you can just mindlessly do this throughout the day. But other than that, you don't get any other prize whatsoever unless you place number 9 or above. So your goal in a tournament is to place at least number 9. I'm going to show you how to do this. It's incredibly easy to place at least 9th place. If you're struggling with tournaments, I don't care if you're in the bottom 5 of the 15 people in your tournament, you should be able to place in the top 9 fairly easily. It's not about your power level, it's about who you hit and when you hit. You need to be hitting up for maximum points, not down. You can hit the same people that you're used to hitting, just make sure you're hitting them up, not down. So, one thing to keep in mind, your PvP trophies. So what are your PvP trophies? Well, very, very simple. It's these little guys right here. Your PvP trophies, which you'll see mine is 1043. That is the trophies you get when you go to the map and you attack somebody. So right here, I would lose 18 points, 18 trophies if I lose to this guy. The way to drop your trophies is to go to your barracks right here and only put one guy in your barracks and go to attack somebody. You will lose and you will lose trophies. It is advantageous for you to drop your trophy count, and here's why. Twofold. Number one, it will decrease the level of the people that you're going to get as your enemies here. That is important because eventually gold, you're not going to bother needing gold too much because you're going to fill up your reserves. You're just not going to need it. But also, your level range of the people that's going to be attacking you is going to be very low compared to your power level. So they're not going to want to attack you, which means they're not going to be stealing your stuff. But also for the arena, it's very important because in the event of a tiebreaker, let's say the arena points in your current tournament is, let's say you have 160 points and so does a competitor. So the tiebreaker is whoever has the most PvP trophies is the tiebreaker. They're placed above you in the rankings. Now you would think that, well, why don't I want my rankings to be higher? Because the strategy is you want to be on the bottom of the pyramid. You want to be lower because overall you want as many people above you on that pyramid as possible. Why? Because they are potential targets for you to hit. And people above you are worth more points than people below you. So dropping your trophies places you lower on the pyramid overall. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and start this up. And I'll show you where we're going. Now, I'm kind of still middle of the road. Now I'm kind of starting to be a little bit higher power in my tier than I used to be. Particularly because I just opened that master chest. But I still see a whole lot of people above me, particularly in the 300s and sometimes upper 300s. So the first thing I like to do is just quickly click around and see what my competition is in a, because it's usually all over the place. Sometimes it's all lower people, sometimes it's all upper people. But you can see right off the bat, I'm at the very bottom of this pyramid. If you are consistently at the bottom, your trophy level is pretty good. If you're not consistently at the bottom, drop your trophies. They're too high. It's going to make your competition a little bit stiffer. So right off the bat, again, my power level is 292. This guy's 167. Super easy. 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 So far, so good here. Oh, wow. I'm getting really lucky here. 328, so that guy could kill me. That guy could kill me. So 3, 4, okay. Okay, so starting here, 1, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4, I'm pretty high level in this one. So there's 4 guys that could kill me. Everybody else is very manageable to me. So this is very favorable to me. So you're going to notice that I'm doing one thing right off the bat. I am not attacking in the first round. Because again, the overall strategy here is I want to be as low on the totem pole as possible for 2 reasons. 1, I don't want to be somebody else's target above them. And 2, I want to maximize the amount of people over me for the duration of the tournament. If you are ever in that top spot, that number 1 spot, that guy right there, if you were ever in number 1 outside of stage 1, obviously, then something's wrong in this tournament. You have messed up profusely, because like stage 2 and beyond, if you're number 1 in here, you can only hit down. You can't hit up. So in my particular tournament, hitting down, people are only worth 40 points. Hitting up, they're worth 60. Well, if you're in the number 1 spot, the only people you have available to hit are worth 40 points. Everybody else could be hitting up at you for 60 points. So you're already putting yourself in a deficit. You never, ever, ever, ever want to hit or get to the number 1 spot. And so the way we ensure that is we don't attack in the first stage. You can tell multiple people are doing this. I'm doing this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Most of the people in this tournament are doing the exact same thing that I'm doing. We are not attacking in the first round. So there you go. Now I am dead last. Now you might be thinking that, wow, Boozy, you got a really, tough mountain to climb here. It's not that bad. So now this is where we get choosy on who we're going to hit next. So I'm going to sit back and I'm just going to wait. I'm going to be patient. So the game calculates who the winner is of a fight the second you hit that fight button. It doesn't wait for the end of the fight. It calculates the winner right then and there. So you can go down to the last second if you want to. I don't recommend it because it's risky. But, just because you have 30 seconds left on the timer or whatever, don't be scared about that. Don't panic. You got plenty of time to sit here and just wait what happens. So in stage 2, what I'm looking for is this. I'm looking for people that are under 60 because when they have a green check mark, that means they've gone. If they're over 60, I don't want to hit them because that means that they are a prime target for stage 3. Okay. So I'm looking for under 60. And I'm looking for somebody that's not too squishy. Okay. Because I don't want to get a perfect 60 because see all these 59s right here. I don't want to be above them. I would like to maximize them as a potential target as well. So I would like to potentially get under them. So this guy right here, I don't want to hit him because I would probably get a perfect score on him, which would put me over these guys. So I'm looking for screw ups, up here, like if a guy, hit above him and failed or something like that guy failed, although he's pretty low level. This guy's a pretty enticing target to me. Although he's 55, it's going to be hard for me to get under 55. But his strength is as such, I might be able to get under those 59s. And see, that guy's a little bit squishy to me. So yeah, I think this guy's my target. I'm going to go ahead and hit him and hope that I get under that 59. Now I do have premium, so I'm going to speed this battle up for you. And I got 59. But remember, I have my trophy count low intentionally. And this is where you see that in action. This is where you see it give me that competitive edge. My trophy count is low. So even though I'm 59 and so are they, my trophy count is lower than theirs. I'm going to be placed lower than them, which means they are now targets of me. And there you go. Look at that. Now, Unfortunately, those guys are higher than me, so I couldn't hit them anyway. But if they were not higher than me, they would now be potential targets for me. And this was strategically done by me by lowering my trophy count. So I can't emphasize that enough. Lower your trophy count. It gives you that competitive edge. Okay, so again, stage 3, I'm just waiting around. Now is where I like to start doing math. If I want to hit up, and I'm going to do the math in my head real quick. If I were to get a perfect score hitting up, I would add 60 to 59. That would give me 119. So I know that I don't want to hit anybody over 119 because they are potential targets for stage 4. So I'm looking at only people under 118. So like this guy's automatically out. I don't want to hit him because he's over 119. So he's going to be a potential target that I'm going to save for stage 4. Other than that, these guys are so low that even if I hit down, I would still probably pass them. So these guys are totally fine targets. But again, I would max out. I would probably do 119 on them. If I did, that would place me over him, making me a target for him. It would place me over these guys. It would place me probably over that guy. So what I'm looking for here is these guys are a little bit too low in point totals for me to be able to get under them by hitting up, which means but they are pretty stout, which means they're probably good targets for me. I'll probably hit them and still have more of a total than them. But it's still not looking good for me yet. So I'm going to hit the bottom. No, I'm going to hit this guy. See what happens. Now I'm hoping that it takes a little bit longer here. 57's okay. I'm okay with 57. Okay, so that puts me at 116. And again, I'm trying to get under some of these big guys so they can't use me. But again, you see this competitive edge winning out here. My trophy count's lower, so it put me below this guy. So even though he probably has some targets above me, he has that guy because that guy royally screwed up. And see what I mean about you don't want to be in first place. Now he's a target for everybody. He has screwed himself up. He will never be first place. In fact, he probably won't even top 3. But I can't be a target for that guy because I'm under him. Now, if my trophy count was higher than him, he would probably hit me and then try to go for someone else. So this stage 4 is the most critical stage in the game. You have to plan ahead. So a perfect hit from me on that guy, if I were to perfect it, it would be 176. Would still put me under that, but he's not a viable target for me. In fact, at 176, there's not a perfect viable target for me. And you can see these guys hit down. He hit down. That's good for me. The fact that they hit down is good for me. I'm going to hit down too, and I want to max out my hit down. So I'm going to try and find the weakest guy possible, 160. And I think the 160 is going to be it. Just real quick, do a poll. Yeah, so 160 is going to be it. I'm going to hit him and just hope I get 40 because I want to get the highest amount possible. There we go. 39. Okay. And that's going to set me up pretty nice to be fairly high in the rankings here. So the rankings aren't going to move much because, this guy here, you think that he moved, but again, he didn't. He's so weak that he can't hit up. He certainly can't hit that guy. This guy being at the top, again, you don't want to be at the top. He screwed himself. He cannot hit up. He can only hit down. So in the very final round, he's going to score 40 while we are going to score 60. This guy's going to have a decision to make. Well, no, he's not. He's going to hit that guy. And that's why they hit down, is because they're saving that guy for the end. So I am going to be projected at probably 168 here. he's going to have to hit down. I'm going to guess that I'm going to pull off third place here by hitting this top guy. Oh, no. Sorry. That guy, just like those other two are. But you just kind of have to strategize, always think one stage ahead, do the math on what's the worst possible situation, like if you max out, and then kind of go from there. If you need to drop that, like say, well, I don't want to do 120, I kind of want to do 118, try to find a different target that's just a little bit more stout, so that it will take you longer to kill them and it will drop that down. Um, Now, I kind of told you the wrong thing there because he broke the rule, the golden rule there, saying that, you never want to be number one, but sometimes that does happen. He was able to pull that off. So that's probably going to break me down to fourth place, which is not bad. It's not one of the top three, but it is what it is. That is surprising. He didn't pull that off. So he is just handed me third place at least, if not second, probably second, because it looks like he screwed up too. So yeah, okay, wow, didn't see that coming. That was more luck than anything. I think those guys not only chose poor targets, but it just didn't work out for them, like they thought that they did. It wasn't their fault. They just kind of chose, poorly. But yeah, there you go. So second place, that's not too bad. I mean, it's not first, but it's really not bad. You can't complain about that. If I was joining with a ticket, it'd be a whole lot better outcome for me. So, to wrap up again, if you do have tickets, use them. And first round, don't attack. Look, this strategy takes some getting used to. The first few times you do it, you may not be very successful. You get frustrated and you're like, man, I'm tired of getting my butt kicked. Or, what I get told a lot is, man, what if I'm at the lower echelons of, power level in my bracket? And I'm like, well, I get told that a lot. And remember, when I first started this, I was too. And it's hard, so in that situation, if you only have 5 targets, hit the first one, hit the hardest one of your 5 targets first. And the reason being is maybe you can only get like 35 points off that one while everybody else is getting 40, so that maybe the second one that you hit, you get 40. So you're trying to maximize those points there. And the idea is that maybe the first, 20 to 30 times you do the arena, maybe you can only get 9th place. But over time, as you upgrade your gear and buy things and things like that, you can just do better and better. And as you increase your power, then you start to change your strategy towards not attacking first and kind of trying to hit up. So, as you can see, the strategy that I did kind of increased my chances here. I had 4 people that were higher than me. I wound up placing second, and that was kind of luck. And so I guess you could make the argument either way, but overall, it's a very fine strategy. I do top 3 quite a bit. Using this strategy, but stick with it. Don't get too, put off by it. Practice makes perfect. Good luck.